What's happening, man? Gonna talk, man. I miss the old Atlanta, man. The old Atlanta zone 1 through 6. You know what I mean? The old Clayco, College Park, East Atlanta, all that shit, man. And I ain't knocking nobody for what they do, but I gotta give it to my nigga Alley Boy. My nigga Alley Boy been said this shit a while ago. He was like, y'all let these niggas come to the city, bring their culture to the city, and got niggas beefing with each other. You know what I mean? Cause think about it, you know, growing up, I grew up in that hot boy era when everybody used to get off the bus running and shit like that, acting like we were BG, Soulja Slim, all that shit like that. What else got down on that group? That BMF era, you know what I mean? And shit like that. Then, you know, Wayne came out with the blood shit. I know in Atlanta, Wayne fucked the culture up with the blood shit and shit like that. In the game, cause you know, growing up, you know, nigga ain't know no better. Nigga, like, oh yeah, I'm a blood, I'm a crip, this, that, and third. But whole time, niggas not knowing, over there in LA, Chicago, New York, that shit more for real. Now, Atlanta don't turn to that shit like that. That shit more for real. But that wasn't Atlanta culture from the beginning, though. That wasn't our culture. You know what I mean? We had neighborhoods, you feel what I'm saying? And then you had my New Orleans niggas came over here with their culture and shit. They weren't really banging and shit like that. They were just like money ganging. You know what I mean? Nigga ain't going to war over no bitch or none of that bullshit. No turkey, because it's enough money for everybody. You know you can't go to another nigga hood and try to sell dope and all that shit like that. And they, come on, that's just common sense like that. You know what I mean? And goddamn, yeah, niggas ain't know that shit over there be for real. You know what I mean? And them niggas don't came and fucked the city up with that shit. You know what I mean? And some of them niggas be thinking niggas be mocking them and shit. Be like, man, y'all niggas from Atlanta, man. Y'all niggas don't know nothing about that shit like that. Back then, I'm 33. Back when I was growing up, we had cliques and shit. You know what I mean? We had cliques and shit. You know, meet up at the club, fight. You know what I mean? Fighting in school, shooting at all that dumbass shit like that. You know what I mean? But now the culture don't got to the point where it's like niggas in the chain gang running the city. You feel what I'm saying? Niggas in the chain gang running the city more than niggas running the city on some shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? Because I know it kind of fucked up. It fucked the city up a little bit. Now, you got Islam. When Islam came, you know what I mean, got more popularized, you know what I mean? And I got to give thanks to my nigga Rollo, man. Found Goon, man. Shit, pop shit, man. Came out with it, you know what I mean? Took it harder, you know what I mean? Had all the brothers and stuff, you know what I mean, on the dean praying and doing stuff like that. Islam kind of banners Atlanta out. Because it's like a million Muslims that's in Atlanta, you know what I mean? A lot of them come from the gang culture and stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? But that shit got niggas beefing with each other and shit like that. I might be in this group right here, but damn, I grew up with my nigga over here. You feel what I'm saying? So my group might tell me, man, you got to go whack your homeboy. This, that, and the third. Now you got to go do it. If you don't do it, they going to get your ass type shit. So niggas got to be careful. You got to understand what you signing up for when you sign up for shit. Because it don't be no turning back sometimes. And the deen, Islam, really be saving a lot of people, though. Islam is the best thing going right now. The real spirituality, Islamic, Hebrew, you know, Christianity, if you know it for real, if you practicing it for real, stuff like that, you know what I mean? So that really came and saved, because that was a mercy from Allah. Because Allah guides you to the deen if you got any good in your heart. You just can't get in the deen and still be, I don't see how niggas do that shit. You got to have one heart. You feel what I'm saying? You got to have one heart. You can't be no Muslim and all that old other shit, 4, 5 different things and shit like that, you know what I mean? Really, though, I try to ride with the righteous people. You feel what I'm saying? I try to slide for the righteous people and shit like that. But yeah, man, I miss the old Atlanta, man, before all that shit came. You know what I mean? Niggas had you had the east side, the west side, the south side. You feel what I'm saying? You had Ben Hill Day, College Park Day, Clayco Day, you know what I mean? Pittsburgh Day, Egan Home Day, Harris Home Day, Bone Home Day, shit like that. It wasn't no pressure on none of that shit. You feel me? You can go to a cookout and you ain't really too much had to worry about shooting and shit like that. You know what I mean? Everybody had big bones of weed. Shit was just going good. You know what I mean? Niggas just rapping and trapping. That's Atlanta culture. Rapping and trapping. You know what I mean? Even from the Booby Boy, the Miami Boys, all that shit was about money. It wasn't about just because I'm in this group and you in that group. And then we get a call from another nigga from way on the other side of the country. Go do this, do this. You got to move on that. Nah, man, that's not Atlanta culture, man. Atlanta is known for the clubs, the music, and trapping. You know what I mean? When Big Meech was out, Big Meech, I heard he was banging and doing all that shit there, but he wasn't promoting that shit. Just he tried to get everybody on the trap or die shit. If you're gonna be out here, that's how Jeezy had Thug Motivation. And my nigga Slip Porter and shit like that. Trap or die. You feel what I'm saying? You're gonna be out here doing it dumbass, you might as well get some money, be a dope boy. You know what I mean? At least you're gonna get some money instead of being somebody else crash dummy. You know what I mean? Like the Cascade skating ring, you know what I mean? Nothing but bad women and trapping and rapping. That's what trapping and rapping, that's what Atlanta was about. You know what I mean? The music good, you know what I mean? The weather good and shit like that, you know what I mean? So, like, a lot of people from other places came and fucked it up. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say they did it intentionally. You know what I mean? Niggas just were misguided by the influence of hip-hop and shit like that. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, man, hip-hop really need another Jeezy, another Gucci, goddamn, some shit like that. Who gonna goddamn make you want to listen to the shit? Man, it will give me a bone. Let me go trap some candy, flowers, or whatever about getting money. Not no drill shit and all that shit. Oh, I'm finna go do this. That's not Atlanta culture. That's not no Atlanta culture right there, man. We grew up rapping and trapping. Trap or die. You know what I mean? Strip clubs and shit like that. Goddamn Cito, Goody Mob, all that shit that, man, the nigga was goddamn promoting, getting money and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? Matter of fact, Atlanta really got fucked up when Big Meech and all them niggas got locked up. You feel what I'm saying? When them niggas got locked up, I can say they really fucked up. That shit really fucked up the goddamn the culture of Atlanta. And now it's to the point now, you got to get permission to fuck with a made nigga or a certain nigga. Don't nobody give a fuck about who your folks is and shit like that. It was just more structure. You know what I mean? Because you see me somewhere in the street like that, and you don't get permission fucking with me, you never know what's going to come behind that shit. Whole city might go to war and shit like that. You know what I mean? Every OG that really got down with on that OG shit like that, you know what I mean? Everybody had, it was more structure. It wasn't so loose and like renegades and shit like that. You know what I mean? Because get what, you know you fuck with this nigga goddamn, his whole neighborhood gonna goddamn come, and this neighborhood gonna come and to a nigga goddamn just be like, all right, y'all got y'all one. You know what I mean? That shit just over with, man. But I miss the Atlanta culture, man. The underground Atlanta and shit like that. You know what I mean? Niggas had gangs and shit down up then, but them one of the niggas, like, them wasn't the niggas that was banging like that. Them niggas was from California, Jersey, Chicago, and New York and shit. But they came to Atlanta to get away from that lifestyle, cause they got